The number one thing that I love about Scorpios is their ability to be involved to dominate. So it's really dominate, right? But there's a level of involvement with these people that enables them to do so. You know what I mean? So from my perspective, it's like, okay, there's certain things or certain obstacles or whatever the case may be that may be in my way at certain times that I'll be like, okay, let me step off, let me chill, let me fall back. Scorpios know. You know what I mean? When they're in something, they're involved, and they're going to take it as far as they possibly can until they finally realize that it was worth doing it because they finally got that breakthrough, or it's really to that point where they got to cut their losses. You know what I mean? So the extremity that is there with this sign is admirable, especially when one doesn't practice it themselves. Now, of course, there's certain situations, and this is with everybody's chart, where, especially if you got some Pluto activity going on in your chart, you're probably going to possess that same type of Scorpion energy. But Scorpios possess this all the time. You know what I'm saying? 24/7. And there's even more that I want to say about this sign that I finally figured out about why they do what they do and what its purpose is inside of the astrological wheel. But this is something that I'm actually going to keep under wraps. I probably will talk about this in secret houses, but I'm in awe of it. I am in awe of it. And sometimes when I speak with Scorpios, they don't know what I'm talking about. It's rare, but they don't know what I'm talking about. And if they do, they're acting like they don't know what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm talking about? So, you know, I love that about them. Of course, the whole mystery thing, but their ability to dominate someone or something is so intriguing to me because I had to figure this out. I had to, because when you're studying astrology, you just can't study bits and pieces and like leave the 8th house alone because it's the 8th house. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, the big bad 8th house, leave it alone. No, you gotta go there too. You know what I mean? And I've identified how they are able to do this, how sometimes or often that people can't even resist them, how often that people just can't defend themselves either against it. It's like a winner take all type attitude, and even if they're not so active or action oriented when doing it, they're still doing it. It's like this piercing hovering type of energy and aura that surrounds its, you know, I don't even want to call it prey, you know what I mean? But there's a level of determination here that actually connects to their soul, to where it's what makes them feel alive. And a lot of people can learn from observing and even the mistakes or mishaps that they may go through, you know what I mean? And a big shout out to those who actually go through it with them, because there is a mental capacity that is at stake there as well, to where sometimes they don't think that people can stomach what they're actually mentally preparing to do, and sometimes they can be bothered by it because they think other people don't understand it. And it's kind of the oxymoron of being a Scorpio, but it's deep and it's intense and it's devouring. It's powerful, you know what I mean? It's not just a negative thing, it's powerful. And sometimes people want to be engaged that way. Sometimes people want to be embraced and understand that someone actually cares to that level to grab hold of them and not ever let go. So that's what I love about Scorpios.